And at the end of the round, join to the first stitch. Join on the both loops, chain one. We're going to make another round of single crochet stitches. This time we're going to work into the back loop only. Hi there, Rose here, and welcome to a tutorial on this channel. So we're going to be making I'll show you how to make this beautiful infinity scarf. This is unfinished, all right? I'm still working on it, but I'm going to show you a demo of how to start and how to repeat the number of rows, the needed number of rows, okay? And you just keep repeating it on and on. So this pattern uses DK weight yarn and 4.5mm hook. You can also use acrylic, worsted weight yarn. It's going to be longer, of course, and thicker, but it's going to be just as beautiful. You can also make this into a cowl with shorter round. It's not going to be as long as an infinity scarf, so you can shorten the number of starting chains or foundation stitches and make it into a shorter cowl. All right, so we want to start with foundation single crochet stitches. I have a tutorial. There is a tutorial on how to do that, so please check it out. Foundation single crochet stitches. Alternatively, you can make chains and chain the number that you require for the size that you want. It's a multiple of 2 chains or 2 stitches, so you don't really need to bother so much about starting chains. This is a demo, so I'm not going to be making 258 I'm not going to be making 258 foundation stitches. So I'm going to make it shorter so that I can show you the stitch repetition. All right, I have a foundation single crochet chain here of 60. So this is 60 stitches. I'm going to join, okay, to the first stitch right here. So you want to be careful not to twist this. All right, now we're going to chain 1 and do single crochet stitches into the back loop only of each of these stitches. So when you join, you want to join under both loops, but when we begin the stitches, we want to do them into the back loop only. All right, so you have the 2 loops here, you have the 2 loops that you ordinarily will go under, and then we have this one in front, we have this one at the back. That is where we're working into, the one at the back. So single crochet into the back loop only of each of the chains around. Right, at the end of the round, I'm going to join again to the first single crochet on the round, that is round 2, and chain 1. I'm going to repeat another round of single crochet in the back loop only. So while we join into under both loops of the stitch, we're going to start each stitch in the back loop only. That is the single crochet stitch, all right, into the back loop only of each stitch. So we are repeating round 2. So I've used this yarn for another project. If you want, you can check it out. It is the tank top, seashells tank top crochet pattern. It's easy and it is a very lovely pattern to make. You can also substitute the yarn to cotton instead of acrylic. So check out the pattern and go make one, because it comes in about 6 sizes. Okay, we're making progress. We're heading on to round 4. On round 4, okay, at the end of round 3, we want to join into the first stitch on the round. Okay, on round 4, we want to chain 2. We're going to be doing crossed half double crochet stitches on this round. So we want to skip the first stitch because our this is where we just joined, and yeah, so we're not counting this chain 2 as a stitch. So we're going to skip the first stitch and do a half double crochet into the next stitch, and we'll come back and do another half double crochet into the first skipped stitch. All right, skip the next stitch, half double crochet into the next one, come back and do a half double crochet into the skipped stitch. Repeat again, skip the next stitch, half double crochet into the next stitch, go back and do a half double crochet into the skipped stitch. So this is what we're going to do on round 4, crossed half double crochet stitches. We have 2 stitches left here. And half double crochet. Okay, that's the end of round 4. We want to join to the first stitch here, not the top of chain 2, the very first half double crochet on round 4. We're going to chain 1, 2, and we're going to turn. Okay, take note of the last stitch you have on here, because that's going to be our first stitch on round 5. Now we're going to be doing the puff stitch rows. I think I really like the puff stitch because I've used it in a number of designs. Yeah, so we're going to do our first puff stitch in here. It's like a 3DC puff stitch, so it's like you want to do a half double crochet. Now go back, do another one, yarn over again, do one more, okay, and yarn over, pull through all, chain 1. In this pattern, this chain 1 counts as 1 stitch. So we're going to skip the next stitch. We're going to go again and do another puff stitch. So go in, yarn over, go into the next, yarn over, go into the next, I mean into the same, pardon me. All right, and yarn over, pull through all, chain 1. Repeat, skip the next stitch, into the next stitch, yarn over, go into stitch, pull through, yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, go in, and pull through, yarn over, pull through all loops, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and puff stitch in the next. Chain 1. So we want to repeat this around. All right, and we have 3 stitches left here. Now it looks like 2 stitches, but it's actually 3, because if you remember, we have this stitch right here, which is the first stitch on round 1, 2, 3, 4 on round 4. So there's a stitch there. I have 3 stitches left. Now I'm going to make the last puff stitch. Okay, and I will chain 1. So that counts for this last stitch here, and we're going to join to the top of our puff stitch, which is this stitch right here. This one is the chain 1, and this is the top of the puff stitch. Chain 1, 2, and turn. Okay, we're going to do another round of cross half double crochet stitches. Now do not forget that we have a chain 1 right at the edge here, and it counts as a stitch. So what we want to do on this round is to do cross half double crochet stitches. We're going to start in the space right here, half double crochet, and we'll come back and do another half double crochet in here into this chain 1 space here. Okay, and in this next chain 1, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 in this next one, half double crochet, and we will come back and do another half double crochet in here into the space here, to the second one. Skip this half double crochet into the next space, half double crochet into the previous space where we already did another half double crochet, half double crochet into the next space there, and come back and do half double crochet in the previous space. All right, in the next half double crochet into the previous space. Repeat again. In the next half double crochet, and half double crochet in the previous space. So we're going to repeat this around. Okay, half double crochet in the next, and then half double crochet in the previous space, half double crochet in the next, half double crochet in the previous space. All right, and I have the last spaces, so half double crochet in next and half double crochet in the previous space. All right, we're going to join into the top of the first stitch. Okay, so chain 1, 2, and half double crochet into each of the stitches around. So this first stitch is where we're going to make our first half double crochet. For this pattern, chain 1 and chain 2 do not count as stitches. However, the chain 1 between the puff stitches counts as a stitch. So half double crochet into each of the stitches around. From time to time, you might want to stop and count the number of stitches you have to ensure that it is the right number. If at any point you can't complete a stitch, like if you were doing cross half double crochet rounds, and you find out that one of the stitches seems to be missing here, then you know that the stitches are not complete. So if you started with 60 or 200 foundation single crochets, then each stitch you make around should also be 250 stitches. So half double crochet into each of the stitches around, and this is round 7. At the end of the round, join to the first stitch, chain 2, and make another round of half double crochet stitches. So for the next two rounds will also be half double crochet stitches. That means we're going to have 3 rounds of just half double crochet stitches. half double crochet into the first stitch, half double crochet into the next stitch, and each stitch around. At the end of the round, join to the first half double crochet stitch there, and make another round, one more round of half double crochet stitches. After that, we're going to make another round of puff stitches. Okay, 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches, not counting this the cross half double crochet stitches. It's 1, 2, 3. So after 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches, I'm going to join to the first stitch, chain 1, 2, and turn. Now we're going to make another round of puff stitches. So you want to note the last stitch that you made on round 9, and we're going to start our puff stitch in there. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and puff stitch into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and puff stitch into the next. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, puff stitch into the next. Repeat this around. Okay, we're going to finish this. Skip last puff stitch, chain 1, and join into the top of the first puff stitch. I'm going to turn now. We're going to make 3 more rounds of half double crochet stitches. All right, so we're going to start in the first stitch. Remember that we have our chain 1 here. So we're going to start this time around. We're going to work into this very first stitch, into the chain 1, okay, and into the space, okay, into the chain 1 and into the space, into the chain 1 and into the space. So this round is all half double crochet rounds and into the space. So this is what we're going to do on round, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, round 11. Into the chain 1, okay, that's right at the top of the puff, and into the space there. Repeat around. And we're going to make our last half double crochet in the space here, right here. Okay, remember we have this is the top of puff stitch. So after the second to the last stitch, the chain 1 and then half double crochet into that space there between the chain 2 and the last and the last puff stitch. Okay, join to the first stitch. Now we're going to make another round, 2 more rounds of half double crochet stitches, just like we have here. So we have 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches, 1 round of puff stitch, and make another 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches. So make another round, 2 more rounds of half double crochet stitches, and I'll see you at the third round. Remember that this is our first stitch. Chain 1 and chain 2 do not count as chain 1 and chain 2 at the beginning of the round do not count as stitches. Okay, So go ahead and make half double crochet stitches. Half double crochet into the first stitch and into each stitch around. At the end of the round, join to the first stitch and then make another round of half double crochet stitches. Alright, 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches. Now we're going to repeat these 3 rounds, cross half double crochet, puff stitch, and cross half double crochet. Okay, so remember this is our first stitch. We're going to skip it and half double crochet into the next and half double crochet into the skipped stitch. Skip a half double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the skipped stitch. We're going to do this around. Skip half double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the skipped stitch. So we're going to do cross half double crochet stitches around. Alright, and we're going to join to the first stitch. Chain 2, turn. Now it's time to do the puff stitch round. And I'm going to start puff stitch in the last stitch, in the first stitch, which was the last stitch on the previous round. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, puff stitch into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, puff stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this around. Chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1, skip next stitch, puff stitch into the next. And after the last puff stitch, chain 1, join to the top of the first puff stitch, chain 2, turn, and another round of crossed half double crochet stitches. Remember there's a stitch here, we'll skip that and half double crochet into the next space there and return and do a half double crochet into the first skip stitch in the next space, half double crochet in the previous space, half double crochet in the next space, half double crochet in the previous space, half double crochet. So we're going to repeat this around. Next space, half double crochet, previous space, half double crochet, next half double crochet, previous, half double crochet, and the last crossed half double crochet in the last space there and the previous space, and I'll join to the first stitch on the round. So from here what we want to do is to repeat, we want to repeat 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, rounds 7 to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Round 7 to 16 will be repetitive rows. So the next rounds will be 3 rounds of half double crochet stitches, 1 round of puff stitch, and 3 rounds of half double crochet. Repeat, and then 1 round of crossed half double crochets, 1 round of puff stitches, and 1 round of crossed half double crochet stitches. You can repeat this sequence, from this half double crochet as many times as you want, but the last round should be the 3 rounds of cross half double crochet stitches, puff stitch, and cross half double crochet. So once you repeat that, you can repeat it 2 to 3 times. I mean, as many times as you want, as high as you want your infinity scarf or cowl to be. So you're going to have this. I have repeated this just once. So there we are. This is what we have. This is what you're going to repeat, and which has been repeated here. So now I'm going to show you how to finish off, because we're going to finish off with 3 rounds of single crochet stitch. Okay, so after that last 3 rounds of cross half double crochet, puff stitch, cross half double crochet, we're going to join and chain 1, and we're going to do single crochet into each stitch around. Remember that you can repeat this sequence as many times as you want, as high as you want your infinity scarf or cowl to be. So single crochet into each stitch around. And at the end of the round, join to the first stitch. Join on the both loops, chain 1. We're going to make another round of single crochet stitches. This time we're going to work into the back loop only. So single crochet into the back loops only of each of the stitches around, and then we'll do one last row of single crochet as well. So after you make this row of single crochet stitches in the back loop only, you will join into both loops of the first stitch at the end. After the last stitch, join and make one more round of single crochet stitches starting in the back loop. So the next 2 rounds are done into the back loop only of the single crochet stitches. So single crochet into the back loop only of each of the stitches around. Join to the first stitch and make one more round of single crochet stitches. And I'll see you at the end of the rounds. And once you get to the end of the round, this is the 3rd round of single crochet, join to the first stitch and you're done. Snip yarn and weaving the tail, you join this bottom round, don't forget to join it, and weaving tail, snip all the yarn and you are done. Don't forget that you can customize this. You can make it wider and longer, or you can make it shorter and wider, just as you want it. Don't forget you can also get the free pattern. Just visit the links below and you get all the information that you need on how to get the pattern. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. God bless you. Bye.